This is There Will Be Boobs, Movie Reviews. Episode number 1. We're reviewing I Drink Your Blood. This is a sexploitation kind of movie from the 70s, kind of a horror
flick.
It's
crazy
later on
gore
sexploitation, but
so the
gore.
premise is that a bunch of evil hippies, hippie-sploitation, that's a good way to put it. A bunch of evil hippies are given rabies by a
5-6-year-old boy or something.
10-year-old maybe.
Sounds like Andy Milonakis.
Andy Milonakis kind of boy gives them rabies,
Doesn't
and they
know what LSD
they're
is.
Satanists, obviously,
Crazy
because they're
stuff.
hippies. So
Of course, it goes hand in hand.
the real premise is that Satan was an acid head. Is really
That's the moral.
Is really
That's-
what it is. The
Was
moral
he the
of the
son?
story.
He was the son of Satan.
The firstborn
Son of Satan.
wrote the Book of the Dead, which makes Satan an acid head. Is really
Yep.
the point of the movie.
Gay Indians are
Starred
gay.
Harry Nilsson.
Harry Nilsson
Or
stars
Dennis
as
Wilson.
Naked Guy number 2.
Harry
That's a pretty
Nilsson
big role
as
for him.
Dennis Wilson in the Tom Selleck story of Brian Deck.
Right away, we see a woman is rejected from a G.G. Allen concert, is clearly disheveled and discovered by the local populace, and that sets them off that there's a hippie Satanist commune amongst them.
And getting rejected from a
The-
G.G. Allen show says a lot, man.
It
About
really
your
says a
character.
lot. About your motivation
Especially
as
to the point where they cut your thigh open so that they have a stab wound.
thigh
That
rape
happens
is
at
normal
a
at
G.G.
a
Allen.
G.G. Allen
Yeah.
concert.
This is
He
true.
knows rock and roll. That's how
If
Touche.
you don't know that, you don't know G.G. Allen, you henceforth don't
They
know
did-
rock and roll.
You don't know Gigi.
They did have a scene with woman ass and man ass, but they kind of cancel each other out because there's man ass.
There was an even amount of both, so it
Yeah,
was
you
like
can't-
The
masturbate
ratio
bonus.
is 0.3 man ass per boob.
No, it's for every man ass that we subtract
subtract
0.3 from the boob
from the
ratio.
boobs.
Well, for a minute, we have to just say fuck the point
And weight
system.
is 1.
Because the main thing in that movie was that the boob god of Asia is a demanding god and she accepts no substitutes.
There's no substitutes for boobs in a movie.
Yes.
We
Just ask Russ Meyer.
so far through the whole thing, there's only 6 boobs, which over time gives it a very low rating per capita.
But
per
it
minute.
had its qualities.
It's certainly a good film.
It
It's
was
like a
no
B cup.
Vampiros Lesbos, but still.
Are we gonna call it a B cup? We
I
might
think
call it an A cup.
Yeah, if there's only 6 boobs, I think we'll just go with the A cup rating for now.
Well, out of a 1 to 10 body count scale, I'd give it a 9.
It does get a lot of points for body count
Yes.
because
The
it.
Ice-T rap supergroup.
in decapitations. And had
There's
some decent
Harry Nelson
decapitations.
gets decapitated and his head is paraded around like the
By the
prize
fucking
of the
stray
farm.
cats that got rabies from some chick that
Some
was...
hands chopped off. Kind of
Sometimes.
God,
Yeah.
I hate hippies.
There were 3 animals that get killed.
No, there was way more.
Chicken.
dude.
Well,
So-
Chicken the
Three
rat.
types of
we
animals.
have to talk about the
Oh.
the animal killing
Yeah.
in this movie. There was a lot of use of already dead animals.
It's no cannibal holocaust.
It's no
but it'll
cannibal
get the
holocaust.
job
They
done.
didn't kill them on camera, which makes it okay apparently.
It was
but
less offensive than
just
Cannibal
just
Holocaust.
using them
I like
supposedly
Cannibal
is pretty
Holocaust.
bad. I like Cannibal Holocaust too.
It was
It's
a
not
good
that
light-
fun
it's
when your
lighthearted.
boyfriend's parents walk in on you and your boyfriend watching it and asking you what the fuck's going on.
During the scene where the 18-year-old chick is impaled on the pike as
Oh, that's a
they're
good part.
slowly scrolling by.
Yeah,
They had to go to court to defend themselves that
I
was
read
a
about
murder.
that in Newsweek.
You know that's a good movie when that's what they
Goddamn
have to do.
Italians.
So this isn't that bad, but it has a lot of negative aspects that I bet a lot of people would never see this, certainly just because of that.
The man ass.
And the man ass. The man
And
ass to boob
Greg
ratio is
Kinnear.
You
good,
guys
though.
forgot an imperative part of this movie. You forgot about the guy. They were gonna
Is that how you
provide
say
a
it?
human sacrifice, but instead the guy who was gonna be sacrificed to the Asian boob god, who's a very demanding god, he just starts masturbating to his bloody foot.
He did start masturbating to his bloody foot, and I thought that was a crucial part of the plot.
And then
There used to
af-
be in a grindcore band called
after they all finally get rabies and they're freaking out, their stomachs give them themselves
They
blowjobs.
did get stomach blowjobs.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
pretty hot.
The
What?
freaking gay Indian was on the bed, and he was like,
He
"I'm
was
gonna
like,
give
yeah.
myself a blowjob with my stomach."
That
Hey,
did
don't
happen.
knock it till you
That's when
try
he
it.
freaked out after that.
Here,
So
That's my
it,
worst nightmare.
it gets down to the end, and really
the gay
the final,
Indian does not fuck around with the jugular.
that comes in the final battle. That there's no
Awesome
Final
battle.
countdown.
the final countdown. We've got
It's the final countdown.
we've got an axe and a rapier. Is really what it comes down to in the last battle. And
He's rapier than
Harry
anybody
Nilsson
else.
got decapitated, and
Yep.
we learned the harsh lesson that this is what happens when Grandpa does LSD.
It's a movie about how drugs are bad and how Grandpa
This
shouldn't
is-
drop LSD because his life is so meaningless and vapid.
This is what happens when you let the polyphonic suite play in your town.
We definitely learned a life lesson too. Is if we ever get attacked by a bunch of rabid people, you just gotta spray them with water.
Yeah,
they won't get
because-
sprayed in
Water.
Acid.
Because
Certainly.
rabies blood
Yeah.
makes you hydrophobic and you're scared
That's
of
the
water,
lesson.
you avoid it like the plague, and then you just disintegrate and
We
you
spend a lot of
dehydrate
time
and you die.
fighting zombies.
It's-
theoretically, but
This is
it's
true.
it's the
They're
rabbit
rabies
that we really need
victims.
to know.
Yeah. It's definitely high art. It's easily, Kurosawa.
Yes, absolutely. There's no way
Oh, shit,
that
this
it could be
camera's
better
on?
than that. Oh yeah, it's been on the whole time.
Oh, alright.
We were just practicing.
No,
No,
this
it's
is
okay. I'll get plenty from this.
Yep.
Don't you know how YouTube works?
I got my morning PB on my shotgun to welcome the mailman.